this portable sewing machine. How to use a portable sewing machine. I really don't know. I watched one. If you want to learn anything, right? They say watching. There's a YouTube video on it. So I watched one YouTube video on it, and I watched it one time, and just like that, I'm just gonna try it. I'm excited. I'm really just excited to try it. Um, so let's just before I start using it, I will be loading up the cigar pipe. I feel like that's right. Just gonna try it. So, a couple things. Apparently, this is how you and apparently, like she was like most of them kind of look the same, and this one did look like the one that she had in the video, but slightly different brand, but it very much looked the same. You know how people be drop shipping, and so you can find multiple items. All they do is just change the logo or the sticker on it, but it's the same item coming from the same manufacturer. Anyway, that's an aside. Okay. All right, boom. So you can see this part here. Apparently, this part locks and unlock. So I'm just gonna push it up to keep it locked. It's almost like having, you know what I'm saying, that Jano safety. It's like the safety. You know what I'm saying? If you got a gun. Boom. I don't know what this is for. I don't know what that's for. Hopefully I don't need it. um, this part makes this nail go higher and lower. And it doesn't matter which way you turn it, because eventually it's just gonna start going lower. So right now it's going down. And if I just keep turning it, here it click, and now if I keep turning it, same direction. Now it's going back up. So she was like, you want to have it in its highest position. It's going back down again. I want to make sure it's going down. So she said that if you're going to stitch up like some jeans or like just some bigger like fabrics or whatever, then you want to have it in its highest position. And I'm not going to, it came just like this. So it comes with a bobbin, which is this right here that has the thread on it. It comes with three of these. So here's the other two. Um, and then I think this is the button that you just press. You just press that button to make it go. And it's a portable sewing machine, and so it doesn't charge up, but it needs batteries. So I have, I have my remote control Lamborghinis and my dinosaurs. So I got 4 batteries, 4 AA batteries. Just so it has this on it. It has this on it, but that's for the bobbin. But it has this one right here. This is if you're going to use a spool of actual thread, and those are bigger. So this is so that you can take that out and put that in there. I don't know how to do that. I'm not trying to do too much. I'm not trying to do too much. I don't know how to use it. So, and I don't have more thread, so I don't need to use that. There's another needle in there. And then there's this little thing here. This thing right here. You're supposed to use this, or I'm not gonna say supposed to, but you can use this to pull it through the needle. You can use it to pull it through the needle. So it came like this, which is basically already set up. The only thing is, after watching her video, so she said the spool of thread needs to come up through here. It's already set up. And then there's a hook right there. And you got to put She said put the thread on the hook. So I think that's the only part that I'm going to actually try to do. And then she said the one thing that does matter is that the thread has to come from behind the needle. The thread has to come from behind the needle. And so it's already set up. The thread is coming up from behind the needle and it's going through there. So I'm just going to put it on that hook. I'm going to put it on that hook. I'm going to put the batteries in it. And then I'm going to try to stitch up parts of this jacket. But first, got the vanilla cream. Still didn't have no more peach cobbler. I just knew. I was ready. I was prepared. I was going to get 3. I was going to get half and half. No Arnold Palmer. I'm not talking about lemonade. I'm not talking about tea. I'm not talking about half lemonade and half tea. I wasn't going to get half and half. I was going to get half vanilla cream and half peach cobbler. I was ready. I walked in. He said, it ain't come. We ain't got it. You ain't got no peach cobbler? Not only that, my behind. So I went running, right? I went running. Do you think to carry your ID if you're going for a run? I go to sit down. I said, I want the iPhone 16. She said, okay, let me see your ID. I said, I don't got it. She said, you serious? I said, you out here walking around with no ID. You out here walking around with no ID. So now, that's okay. If you don't get the iPhone 16 today, now you get to think about, well, what's going to be the first video to record on the iPhone 16? What's the first video? What you want to wear? What you want to puff on? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to think about it. Take a second. Ding! All right, let's go. Now, this is the 7th bowl. This is the 7th bowl. It's the 7th bowl. I got to get those pants, too. I got to get those pants out. Because I got a pair of... I only have one pair of Army Fatigue pants, but it's my favorite pair. And so I just need to, they have a hole in them. Yeah, they got a, you sit down and rip. Man, I was hopping into the Jeep. That thing said rip. So I actually wore them in the Yeezy fashion show. And when I wore them in the Yeezy fashion show, I just said, nope. I'm gonna be at this angle so they can't see the hole in the pants. So let's get right. I ain't doing nothing until I get my cigar pipe. I ain't been doing my job. I ain't been puffing my corn cob. Facts. You see, it be stuff like that. They be like, yo, forget the hole. Forget the hole in the pants. Like, you can daggone, it's getting cold outside too. And besides, if somebody looks at that hole right there, be like, hey, you shouldn't be looking there anyway. What you doing with your eyes down there? Now let's get into it. First things first. Put barrier in. say hello to my little friend. We locked and loaded. All right. No, seriously, we are locked. It's locked and it's loaded with batteries. No, sir. No pun intended. Hmm. Now, she said the thread has to go up through here. You know how you try to teach somebody how to tie their shoes? You take the two bunny ears and you go through the loop and do the hoop, whatever. So she said, I gotta go through here. It does have to go through these two. There are two little wheels here. It's in between there. It's already there. I'm not messing with that. But she said it has to go on this hoop right there. There's another little hoop right here. She said it has to go through there on top of that. I think we are set up. I think we're set up. From the bobbin through there, that little hoop, and she said the direction does matter. It has to come from the back of the needle. All right. You know how I ain't scared, but like I don't know what's about to happen. Okay. All right. So taking it off lock. Okay. We got action. All right. Okay. Now, from season 10, I had a Hellcat jacket and a Scat Pack jacket. On the Hellcat jacket, I didn't like the back, but I liked the back of the Scat Pack jacket. So I cut the back of the Scat Pack and put it on the Hellcat. And then I took the part of the sleeve. I didn't like the font that was on the back of this jacket, so you can see it's right here, it's still here. I took the part off, and then this was on the sleeve. It still had a car on it moving real fast. So I glued that there. I took the other patch off, I glued it here. Now, it's not bad. It's just glued down. It's glued down, so it's in place. And so the only thing that we have to do from here is, you see these parts that like come up, just stitch those down. That's it. That's the goal. That's the goal. Now, that's moving. Now we just gotta figure out how. Let me lock it. Like, let's go to the directions. Lift up the fastening plate. Place cloth underneath the fastening plate. Pull at least 2 inches of thread through the needle from the back to the front prior to starting a new sew. Mm. What I'm confused about right now, what I'm confused about is I already had some thread right here. I don't know if I should take this off. And I don't know how to get it to the point where I need it at. So I need it here. Like, I need it here. I need to get right there. So I don't know how to. I don't. I don't know how far it's gonna go. Like, if I just put all of this, if I just, like, you know what? Who cares, right? They're stitching right here anyway. They're stitching right here anyway. So I'm gonna just put this much in there. I'm gonna put this much in there. There. All right. It's in there. Okay. All right. Now she said when you press the button, it's gonna pull the fabric in one direction, but I'm not sure which direction that is right now. We're gonna find out. All right, here goes nothing. Omaha, Omaha. Okay, here we go. Ready, set. Oh, all right, it's pulling it through. It's pulling it through. I think I was stitching something. I think I did something. I need more. I need more. How do you stop it? Okay, so it pulls it. How do you stop it? How do you stop it? Raise the needle arm by lifting the rotary wheel. Use change the receiver to pull the thread out about 3 inches and cut it. Returning the rotary wheel. Use the seam ripper or scissors to pull the thread out about 3 inches and cut it. Okay. Raise the wheel. Pull the thread out 3 inches and cut it. I got scissors. And then lift up the fastening plate and boom. Okay, there's my first stitch. I completely missed my first stitch. I got one stitch in there. I got one stitch down to the jacket. I got one stitch down. I got one stitch down. Um, so what I need to do is put more of this in there. I need to put more of this in there. And we're gonna double stitch. We're gonna go right back over it. We're gonna go right back over it. Go right back over it. Okay. So what do we do from here? All right. We're gonna get the hang of it. We're gonna get the hang of it. All right, let's go. I don't know why, that was exciting. I don't know why, but that was exciting. Yeah, I definitely got to put more thread in. So we're gonna try this one more time. We're gonna get it right. I don't got it all the way right, but we're gonna get it right. Okay. Let's go. We're gonna do this the right way. Cause as is, it's almost like the jacket is not wearable. You gonna cut the thread again? I don't have my knife I have to go see the security guard again because I left my life at the one place, and so the security guard has it. I'm hoping that she still has it. She sees me every week, so hopefully she'll be like, "Yo, you left your junior here, yo." So I gotta go grab my knife. I don't really have. Now I have actually a threading kit because I know how to crochet. I know how to crochet, so I have a threading kit. I just gotta find it. So let's go. All right, part two. Part two. We tried it out. You had to practice it a little bit. All right, this one. Damn, shit don't fit. Or it's just tight. It was just too tight. No pun intended. That was dangerous because it's not locked. But here we go. All right, here goes. We'll get some more visuals like that later. It's done. Not done, done. But that's what it looks like. This is what it looks like. So again, how do you take this out? This time let me lock it. I'm supposed to then rotate the rotary wheel, rotate the wheel to bring the needle up. And then pull this out. Now that is that, and then lift this up. Okay. Now they said it's going to become undone, but for right now, it's on. So I just stitched this part. Oh, it makes it look kind of weird. Okay, so I just stitched that part up, but now there's like a fold in the part jacket right there. But it's stitched down. That's something I can figure out later. Now it's not going nowhere. So the next part, I guess, is like that one. We're gonna go in terms of we're gonna go by what's most important. So like this part is stitched down now. That part is stitched down. Any other part that like major. Nothing else is like major like sticking out. Except for this part right here. So that's the only part. I'm gonna do that part next. Well, yeah, I'm gonna just do this part next. That's a little embarrassing. This space right here, this part's a little bit embarrassing. But I think I'm gonna just get this part down for right now. Let me get that part down. And so the only thing I'm not sure about now is how to reach this part right here. And I'm not sure if I can convey that to you any type of way. Like, if I could take the whole jacket and put it through there so that I can just go right here, that would be different. And so because what ended up happening over here, I'm really just not sure you're able to tell. What ended up happening right here, this now has a fold right there. And I think that, it's okay. I am not worried about it that much. I am not worried about it that much. So I just want to stitch that last part down. Basically what I'm saying is, like, it looks like this right now. But when I stitch it together, it'll now be like a fold, and that's not how usually like the fabric is, but I'm not worried about that right now. So let's get this last part in. Other things. So if I start on this side, I think it's gonna pull it that way. I hope it don't look weird, but we'll see. So let's stitch that part down. Let's stitch that part down. I think, like when I go to do the pants, I think the pants would be easier. I think the pants are going to be easier simply because I can turn them inside out and I know exactly which part needs to go together. Okay. So now, once it's in, what do you do? What do you do once it's in? Think we're good to go? Oh gosh. See how this thing looks. Not as like a big, uh, well, it's down. It's down. Let's go. Let's go. I think that was the only that was the only major part. That was the only major part, bro. It was that was the major part. It's a little, how do I say? But you can see it like there's a fold here. There's a fold here. Yeah. But that's because I couldn't reach it. But outside of that, it's down. I think the jacket, it's almost wearable. I think the only thing I would whatchamacallit with this is if I could whatchamacallit. This is the only last little part. Again, I'm not gonna be able to reach that, and it's gonna end up being a fold in the jacket. So I'm not too. But let's try it. Let's just do it. Let's just clean that just a little bit, and it ain't gotta be all the way. It can just be in the top, right there. Because even if I just stitch that one little part down, I need to figure out. Hold on. I've been on this shit. Okay. It's going to end up being a fold, but it won't be like one too noticeable or two. Um, it's just not gonna be a lot. It's it's doable, it's passable. So, and for instance, basically, right here at the top of it is going to be like it's going to be like this at the top of it. You can pass it. Last one, last one. It's locked. Okay. That's it. I don't want too much. Lock it. Okay. And now, the parts of it that I really wanted to fix up are done. So I didn't really have an issue with this one. That one looks okay, but I had an issue with this side, and so now this is officially stitched down. It's officially stitched down on both sides, and then the top of that, I closed the gap of it. It's almost clean, but it's just about wearable in public. It's just about wearable in public. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so that's how to. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's how to use a portable sewing machine. That's how to use a portable sewing. Oh, we got one more thing. We got one more thing we can stitch up. I'm stitching up everything. I'm patching up everything. We got one more thing to stitch up. Sheesh. That thing tight. No pun intended. No pun intended. Okay. So in my cigar bag. So this is where I keep, you know, keep everything with the cigar pipe and the lighters, of course, matches, boom, the tamper. So my cigar bag has a hole in it. My cigar bag has a hole in it. Let's stitch that up. Let's stitch that up. But I ain't been doing my job. I ain't been puffing my corn cob. You know me, just working on my slogan. No Joe Rogan, no Hulk Hogan. Just working on my slogan. You know how to be like part of a complete breakfast? Now we're making this part of a complete day. New skill. New skill alert. Now you know it's gonna be, you know it's now it's some more ASMR. Now it's some sewing ASMR. Let's go. Now we're about to have some sewing ASMR. Bro, I got so many things that gotta get showed up. I got so many things that gotta get showed up. Boy, we got projects at the projects. I'm not talking about, hold on. Can you do it blonde? Hold on. You better Ray Charles to it. Crafting. I'm feeling it. Crafting. I'm working on my craft. No mac and cheese. No Kraft mac and cheese. All right. Now, it would be tacky if I stitch it up like this. So, I gotta do it blind. Hold on. Let me put my blindfold on. Did that. Facts. Hey, bro. That used to be one of my jobs, bro. Like, I was like, you know how Wayne about to come onto a song? You hear that lighter flick? So I was like, yo, after I finish doing my craft and my art, you gonna hear that. What? I just stitched. I just stitched. No Lilo and Stitch. Loose lips sinks ships. You can't be with the snitches. I'm out here just stitching. No Lilo. But you know what? I'm not out here trying to sew. But you know what the haters gonna say. So I'm like, that's something that you can't do. You ain't did that yet. They be like, okay, bet. Is water wet? It's almost that time for the sun to set. But I'm an actor and a movie director, so I'll be setting up the scene on my set. I be trying to tell everybody, don't worry, don't fret. I got you. No regrets. I be talking to everybody like we just met. I'm not talking about chicken when I say curry. Is water wet? I'm talking about the Splash Bros. No hoes, but I'm just saying swish in the net. No Brooklyn Nets. I'm not even my best self yet. Hey, cigar talk poetry, man. Cigar talk poetry, man. Cigar talk poetry, man. I'm the poet, man. I'm the poetry man, the man with the plan. I've been doing my job. I've been puffing my corn cob. But now I'm trying to work on my job and turn my job. And I'm trying to turn my hob into a job. I'm trying to turn my hob, like Hobby Lobby. You know, a Hobby Lobby, you be working at, do you got a job at Hobby Lobby? Ah, man, I'm just working on my job. I ain't even puffing my corn cob. But I know how to sew. But you know what the haters gonna say. So, comme si, comme ça. I had to say it in another way. I had to say it in French. Parlo bilingue. But now I'm sitting here talking in Italian. Hola, como estás? But now I'm sitting here talking in Spanish. Guten Tag. Now I'm sitting here talking in German. Konnichiwa, ni hao. I'm somewhere in Asia. Listen, my bio says, if you didn't know me, you probably wouldn't think I even exist.